Here we go.
You're really not gonna sign a prenup?
No, I'm not signing no prenup. What you got is what I got.
Huh? Okay, but I don't understand. Why would you not want to sign? Basically, our love is real.
Your money is my money. Simple as that.
Nope.
Okay, why are we going straight to the money? It don't have me. All I'm doing is my lawyers are telling me that I have to protect myself, and it's not from you, but it's just.
You smart. You very smart.
Just
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Everything that you bring in the house, is mine too.
Nah, cause I mean, what did you come with? What did you come with that you deserve? The thing you just don't like? Like, this is for our own protection. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what you say. It's my money too. Simple as that.
But see, the lawyer said that's what you was gonna do though. They were saying you was not.
No, he didn't.
So what's the point of you not signing the prenup?
The money that you bring home is mine too. Simple as that. End of conversation.
Right.
That's crazy. So I guess there ain't gonna be no wedding.
Whatever. It's gonna be a wedding.
I'm a flight risk. I don't think they're ready for the shit.
He was just like, yeah, because this contract 100% protects Bilal. So you could get, if you want to protect you, if anything should happen. But he also said that I have to be clear when it comes to that. He was like, if Bilal is going to assist you in getting your business started here, you have to be clear that what you own stays with you. That money is my money, and if something should happen to us, it's that you cannot fight me for that.
Let me see your prenup. Show it to me.
You curse so much.
Are you laughing?
No, I'm just laughing because you're a little lit.
Do you understand that our wedding is weeks away?
Yeah. We're gonna have the prenup drawn up in less than 7 days.
What did he say?
We can reach a mutual agreement, honey. It's that easy.
So you're saying our relationship is a negotiation? Is that what you're saying?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What? You say everything.
Everything is Blanco. I don't know if you understand that. That in my house,
everything.
My mother taught me one thing, but it's never.
So if your mom was here right now, in this table, your mom is going to tell you that mine and your relationship is a
What did we learn, Palmer?
I don't know, sir.
I don't fucking know either. I guess we learned not to do it again.
Yes, sir.
I'm fucked if I know what we did.
Yes, sir. It's hard to say.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Ladies, wherever you at, do not sign that prenup. Nope.
Honey, I think you're going to be very excited to hear this. I want to get a prenup. Oh, you mother... Oh, come on, just hear me out. I think a prenup could be a pretty good thing for us. If you're already planning on divorcing me, just come out and say it. No, that's not at all what I'm saying. Like, a prenup is an agreement between a couple, like you and I, who plan on getting married, and it decides how our debt and assets get distributed to us, or our children, in the event of a divorce or death. I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get... We're both, young and healthy, and we love each other way too much to get divorced. Think about it this way, okay? You know I have expensive taste. If I happen to get into lots of crazy debt, you wouldn't have to take on that debt if something happened to me or our relationship if we live in a community property state. Plus, I think now is the right time to openly talk about our finances before we get married. I'm not saying it'll happen to us, but 50% of marriages end in divorce, and a prenup would protect both of us. Let's say we have kids and we get divorced, it would determine if either of us are responsible for alimony, for example. And wouldn't you like to protect the assets you've already built up?
Now listen! That's called motherfucking bars, nigga! You know nothing about that!
Not signing a prenup. It definitely makes me a little nervous that you're making a big deal about it. It just seems like you feel some type of way because you aren't entitled to it if we're ever to break up.
Really?
Well, duh.
Do we really gotta go there?
Yes, that's part of marriage. Part of kids, like, that's everything. That's everything in one.
Because you think marriage is a contract. That's what you think.
Yes, it is. We haven't been together all my life, correct? Like, to me, I feel like it'll be different if me and you started when I was 18, going through college, my college sweetheart. Oh, it wouldn't be no question. Like, nothing.
So what you're saying is I went with you shooting in the gym?
I was gonna be a little more easier. I was. But yes, technically, yes.
I personally don't think
Right.
that marriages should happen.
So if something was to happen, would you, like, just take the house from me? Would you take the house? Would you take the kids? Would you take the cars?
It's an evil world we live in.
No, you know I'm not even that type of person.
Right.
So I feel like since you know that I'm not that type of person, what is it going to hurt?
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
We spoke about prenups. Eric thought we should have one. I didn't think we should have one. I'm not against it. It's just wanting Eric to trust me more. What do you fear of?
I think for me, it's from being hurt in the past.
Correct, but that's your
people
past.
crossing me, telling me they ain't gonna do this, they'll never do that.
I get it. But when it comes to the financial side of me and you, like, I'm never fed you the energy of using you or with you because you got this and you got that. Like, I've never given you that vibe our whole 4 years.
Lies! Deceptions!
Like, I showed you that I really don't need you, money-wise.
Keep telling yourself that, darling.
So Jessica and I are on the same page with prenuptial agreements. If we can't see eye to eye, I don't know what we're going to do in order for things to move forward. But I know one thing for sure. I'm not going in this marriage without no prenup.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
It's mine, so he was being very clear on that.
Even though we are establishing that after we get married?
Right. Of course, we're going to do business together and we're going to have joint stuff. But when it comes to my brand, my yoga, I want to look at it as my real estate, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I 100% understand what you're
So
saying.
my yoga is like my real estate.
Yeah.
You see how your real estate, your companies, it's yours, your children. I want to have that for me.
I get it. What I was just adding on to what you were saying, though, was that the reason why my real estate is my real estate is because I built it. Right. Whereas, let's say, your yoga business, right? Well, you're looking for startup capital coming from me. You're looking for help coming from me. All those different things, which I'm 100% willing to do that.
Listen, if the shoes were on the other foot,
Yeah.
and I see you having your brand and having your life in a whole different country, and I'm seeing you leaving behind your source of income to make a life across here for me, hell yeah, I will help you.
Well.
You still think that getting a prenup has anything to do with the lack of trust in your partner?
It absolutely does. Kudos to the girl in law school. That's amazing. However, I want to look at this from a different perspective. If it wasn't due to trust in the man thinking you're going to take 50% of everything he owns, then what is it about?
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus, nigga?
You can write your own prenup that says, okay, if we're worried about the government, we can do 50-50 in case of a divorce. But the problem is not that. The problem is that most people, most men that request for a prenup, it's usually heavily in their favor without the woman's side negotiating. Or if it does negotiate, it's a very small percentage.
Write that down, write that down!
Not taking into account that she is spending the best years of her life, where she could have found a potentially better partner who would provide for her for forever.
No way. We got you. Not a chance. Not this time. It never happened.
You're on a business trip. You guys are businessmen. You're doing your thing. You're traveling. You meet this beautiful girl. She's classy. She's successful. She's smart. You really enjoy her company. She's 27 years old. She's an accountant. She makes $100,000 a year, and she has a 3-year-old son. The good news is he's potty trained. Where do you gentlemen with no kids that I know about go from here? McQueen.
She done.
Well, men, they say, are doing more chores around the home and getting more action in the bedroom as a result. A new study shows men not only doing much more housework, but spending far more time taking care of their kids.
Beta! Beta male!
Our next guest says these guys, nothing but wimps. Who else? He is who else but Mark Rudolph. You knew it already. Lise Wheel says Mark should stop the whining and pick up a mop. Okay, what's your grief this week, Mark?
It's very simple, Terry. Sex is a requirement, not a reward. Men who do chores to purchase sex are pathetic wimps. Any woman who's complaining that her man doesn't help around the house is the one who's at fault. Either she said, I do at the altar and I don't in the bedroom, or she married a lazy slob and expected him to become Mr. Belvedere.
I digress.
What I'm saying is, if things did not work out,
Yeah.
like meaning that if you help somebody, me in this case, and I did very successful and well, the equivalent is the same as saying that no matter what I build, whether it's a couple $1,000 or a couple $1 million or even $1 billion worth of real estate, that all of that would be me. Even though you have me built it, is all mine.
Right.
And you get none of it. That's what I'm just saying. That's an example of what you're literally asking me.
He ain't lying.
The prenup is one-sided. So if Bilal says, I have to sign a prenup, there are certain things that I want. He has to set up my business here in Kansas City, and it just belongs to me.
Yo.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I gave up so much to come here. I'm prepared to walk away if he doesn't see it the way I do. If the lawyer comes back with a prenup and he puts in the little notes, are you going to sign it?
Nah, bro, don't.
No, I'll consider it.
Nigga.
And hit, and that's it.
Banging her.
Yeah, for sure.
And then what happens?
Ignore her, bitch, you know?
That's
would
it.
you like her to get in her pants, or would you be like, yeah, I'm only here to fuck? Like,
Well, I mean, if I do I know that she has a kid from the get-go?
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Then yeah, no. I mean, I'm just immediately just trying to fuck. That's it for sure.
Yeah, boy.
That's
Well,
it.
would
So
you
that
tell
is-
her that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
David,
Yeah,
you
let her
meet
know.
this girl. What do?
I made this mistake last time.
Oh.
And found out the hard way. That's actually kind of how I came upon some of these podcasts about the
Really?
red pill stuff. Yeah, I
What
think
was the situation?
I'm sorry.
single mom had been divorced. I think the problem is that men look at that very differently than the women do. It's hard to get our perspectives to be aligned, right? So
Okay.
her perspective was very defensive. It wasn't, I made bad choices in life that brought me here. I'm grateful someone's given me a chance. It was, my kid's amazing. I'm amazing. You're lucky to be here. It was very hard to get
Stupid.
on the perspective I had, which was, this is definitely not ideal. I'm going out of my comfort zone. I'm expecting quite a bit of appreciation on it. And they were like, I don't owe you anything.
Thanks,
Some
feminism,
other guys,
right? Am I right?
And I was like, that was a bad investment.
Troy, you're at the club. You meet this gorgeous girl. You know her situation. She's got the 3-year-old. His name's Dylan, by the way.
Dilly
What are you
Willy.
doing with the girl?
I mean, look, personally, for me, I wouldn't want to get into something serious with a woman who has a kid. That's
Absolutely
just
not.
no disrespect to single mothers. That's just
Okay.
in my life. That's just not.
Message.
How much are you making off OnlyFans?
So it's between like 300 like 350,000 a month.
That's not fair! That's not fair!
A month.
A month.
4.2 million a year. How many people is that subscribed to you?
I've got a free page which is like 45,000 and a paid page which is like 26,000.
Are we done here?
And never ever be a high value man if your partner or your woman is accessible and available to other men, because your entire respect comes from the woman you choose to mother your children. If you choose loosely and you choose a woman that you would be upset if your daughter grew up to be like, how can you be a high value man if you can't make high value choices? If you can't select women properly, how can you claim to be a high value man simply because you made 6 figures last year? You made 6 figures and you invested it into a home. High value men have high value standards. Your values have to be high in order to be high value, not your bank balance. But because if you're authentically proud of her, you can't wait to have a daughter that acts exactly like her. But if you are just proud of her when you walk into a room and people stare, then people are like, wow, but then privately she treats you badly, or privately you don't know if you can trust her or not, but publicly you're really proud, that's a fake ego boost.
Message. Girlfriend is beautiful. Why are you cheating on her with someone that looks like Fiona from Shrek?
Do I support liquor, guns, beer, titties, and quickies? Hell yeah!
If you're an OnlyFans model and you're doing all kinds of horny, girly shit on OnlyFans, you know, and then you expect your dude to respect you and not follow other women, you're delusional. Bitch, you are undressing in front of a bunch of men all over the world. How dare you have that even remotely double standard that your guy can't do what you're already doing? You can't be an OnlyFans model and then say you're a monogamist. There's just no way.
I mean, if you're not sleeping with anybody else and you're not meeting up with anybody else,
You're sharing your body and these personal things that should be only reserved for the person that you're with or married to.
Message!
If you're married and you're an OnlyFans model and you're sharing your body on the internet and I can pay to see your vagina hole, you are not a monogamous woman. I'm sorry. You're showing your private parts to other people who are not your husband. Because when you take that vow, when you get married, you're vowing to be for that other person and only for that other.
Let's get one thing straight, baby. You met me knowing what I was building. This man.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just
I met you
when you met me, I was already doing my thing.
Michael, shut up.
What's the problem?
The last time I checked, when you were running Pure Blanco, I was right behind you guys.
Exactly.
Okay?
You just said behind.
Oh, behind?
Yeah, behind.
Oh, I was behind you guys,
Like
right?
2 years behind. You weren't helping me conduct the business.
Oh, I wasn't helping you conduct business. I was hard. Do not take that. Don't do this to me.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Take it. No, I don't go with the cameras, Michael. I don't care. I bust my ass so hard and you know it. Don't sit here and tell me I did it.
So did I. So did I. There's no need for this. Let's get to a number.
No, there's no number, Michael. There's no number.
But wait, there's more.
Baby, this is not a business. Our love is not a business. Our love is not a business. You want to sit here and tell me that what I went through with you was easy? It was not. I lost my family. I lost everything.
That was then, this is now.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
I would want to take on, so it would have to be casual, and I would make that pretty clear up front.
You'd be up front. You're not going to do the McQueen approach where you just, gotcha, bitch.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, look. I mean, the way that I tend to move, I'm not going to be sitting down with her, you know, if this is kind of a one-night stand situation, sitting down to her, sort of, right, just to be clear, these are the terms of our engagement. I'm not going to be that sort of specific about it, but she's going to kind of know from my vibe. She's going to get the idea, because I'm traveling a lot anyway, do you know what I mean? So the whole setup is not going to be one that is likely to be leading towards some term. But so that would be my answer. I mean, effectively the same as McQueen's, but I'd probably soften the blow a little bit.
Kevin, do you have a different response?
I don't avoid single moms. I've dated a few single moms, but I've found a selfish trait amongst most of them. There's not one single mom that I haven't dated who has not said something to the effect of, you know, what's important about you being around is I want my kid to see his or her mother being loved right. And I'm like, what do you want, fucking make out in front of the kid? He's already confused enough as it is. He's wondering, where's dad and who the fuck is this?
It's funny because it's true.
That's all the kid is wondering. Any of us that had step parents and shit, most of us met our step parents like 3 o'clock in the morning, somebody's drunk, and it's like, son, Jim is here because your father ain't shit. An upbringing and innocence very serious, so really I don't give a shit what the mom wants. I'm thinking in terms of like what's best for the kid that you have. I'll think for your kid before you do and think all this is going to bring him is confusion. You need to completely keep these worlds separate if you're going to fuck with
So
me.
you're saying that she should not date anymore?
No,
or
but-
she's
no,
saying
but-
she should stay with the guy?
No,
What's your
but a lot
solution?
of them are probably not you because you're, you know, a savage
I was like,
and
I'm
shit.
very
Yeah, no, I know you're
invested in
different
this
in every way, and that's
situation.
why everybody loves you. But I mean, no, but
Yeah, everybody
this
loves you.
eagerness to like find the replacement stepdaddy thing is. I've never not. Come
Last question for the guys,
Never
and
not
then I'm
come
going to turn
across
it
it.
over to the girls. Would it be different? Would you have a different perspective if you actually had a kid already?
Yeah.
So you're almost doing like a Brady Bunch
Probably.
situation.
Yeah, but I
These
don't.
guys don't.
No.
So no?
No.
So you're just not trying to raise someone else's kid?
No, because it's like, now, if I have my own kid, now I got 2 little niggas I gotta take care of.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Nobody wants that.
And same thing. Now my kid's wondering where's mom and who's this thought.
Got it. Okay.
Same thing.
Troy, if you had a
Confuse the
kid, would
children.
you be a little more comfortable?
No, because I came from my parents divorced, and then we got sort of put together into another family, and I mean, that was problematic. It's not always like Kevin was saying. I mean, when you think about the kids in these situations being brought up, that there can be a lot of problems in those situations. So I would be very, even if I had a kid, I'd be very wary about just sort of like
Gotcha.
shoving
Ladies,
it together.
Here's where I need your help. How many people here have kids?
We're just single moms.
Tracy? Janelle? So there's 2 of you ladies. Okay.
2 single mommies.
Don't look around. Look right at me. Raise your red or your green. Should men date single moms? Hold it up high. Hold it up high. Pixie?
Only if you're
stupid.
You should.
Okay, guys, I don't flicker it.
They're in between.
We have red, we have green, 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 green. So most of it is green. 4 or 5 of you
Why?
is red.
What's the
so
value in
Tracy,
it?
you put your green up.
I think that I was blocked by the person who I had been seeing. Like, my messages are not going through. I, like, sent a text last night saying goodnight, and I normally get something back, and I didn't. And I tried to send a message this morning, like, it's not going through. But it goes through to all my other friends. Like, why does this keep happening? And I know that this isn't, like, a me thing. Literally makes me so sick. This is a hard one. I had a pretty good time on the date. But when he went to kiss me, it reminded me of this time that I was kissed by the person that I cannot seem to get over in 5 years. And this person, when he first kissed me, he walked towards me and cupped my face in his hands and kissed me, and it was like a movie, you know, that moment where it was just so glorious and both of you want it so bad. And so tonight when that happened, it was nice. It was nice that he wanted to kiss me, and I definitely wanted to kiss him. I mean, I'm attracted to him, which is rare, which is nice. I'm fine with that. But at the back of my mind, I just remembered that time when I fell in love with someone else. And it just kind of dirties the feelings that I could have. I'm stuck on that old person. And I hate that.
A real man would not shoplift the pootie from a single mother.
I didn't shoplift the pootie. All right. I shoplifted the pootie.
It's time to give up on dating. That is it. I'm done. I will never fit into this dating culture, ever. And here's 3 reasons why. 1, I don't multi-date. If I'm dating someone, I won't continue swiping, looking for the next best thing. You have my full attention. I'm not talking to multiple people and putting this into some form of competition. That's not my style. I can't do it. Secondly, I don't ghost. Why? Because I'm an adult and I can actually have a conversation and explain how I feel quite clearly.
I like this one.
3, I don't play mind games, any form of games. What you see is what you get. I won't blow hot and cold, never be in doubt with how I feel about you, and I like the same.
Well, doggy. Ain't that be something?
It's the femme-centric mindset, which is controlling men to the point where they can't be honest amongst themselves. And I'll tell you another thing. This is a study that's been done. The higher your testosterone level, the lower your natural interest in babies. This is an actual study.
I can imagine that.
Yeah,
It
it's a
makes
study.
sense, yeah.
And what happens is when a man sits around a baby all the time, his testosterone level naturally decreases because it makes us more tolerant of the screaming, of the crying, woman's moaning. It's hard to be around all that crap when your testosterone level's high, right? So, especially as a man, if you decide to be a second mother, to some degree, you're chemically castrating yourself. You're losing your superpowers anyway. If you have a high testosterone level, you should want to see your children, you should love your children, you should protect your children. I'm not saying you shouldn't love them. I'm saying you should pick them up, have fun with them. Wow, love you so much, been 2 hours, I'm out, see ya. That's how a father raises kids. He doesn't sit there all day, every day. That's new age garbage. It's not real.
But given what women want out of a relationship.
Women don't know what they want.
Ah, here we go.
They don't. Women want things women think they want things and then they get them and they leave the dude.
That's a fact.
Mark, first of all, let's say congratulations to all the guys out there on this fabulous study that says they're spending twice as much time doing the housework and 3 times as much time with the kids. That's great. Now, I'll tell you something, Mark. If you're doing work around the house and you're helping out and you're showing that you respect your spouse, your wife, your loved one, that's hot. If you're sitting there like a big schlemiel on your couch drinking the beers while I'm vacuuming around you, that's not hot. That's not going to go anywhere. It's not that it's a requirement. It's something about respect, Mark. I don't know if you know much about that.
Shut up, bitch!
She has a point.
First of all, Lise, don't get yourself excited.
Oh, Mark.
Second of all, men are doing things around the house because things need to be done, not because they're purchasing sex. And by the way, Lise, I've never seen women out in the front yard raking leaves, on the roof replacing shingles. I've never seen them taking out the garbage, carrying luggage. And by the way, at your office, I'll bet you've never seen a woman replace that 5 or 10 gallon jug on top of the bubbler. It's always the man who does it. So let's be clear. Let's be clear about doing chores, Lise.
Yeah, Mark, you haven't been around me. You haven't been around our neighborhood. I have painted a roof. I have built a full part of a house. I built a deck. I've done a lot of different things like that, Mark, that I bet you couldn't do. And I'll tell you something else, Mark.
Send me the videos, Lise.
Imagine, Mark.
Anything crazy you've ever done on set? I ate a prolapse. Oh.
Dude! What the fuck?
And just so we're clear, part of your comes out. Yeah, it's your rectum basically coming out. It's really, really dangerous. When you feel pain in your butt, it's from your aim. The rectum can only feel pleasure. Okay. If you start like this when you're young, by the time you're 60, you're gonna shit in your pants. It's not all that causes it. It's constipation. Or if you forced it on purpose, like some
habitual line stepper.
Let me show you something cool. But wait.
One guy paid me like $800 to do a slime video, but he was very specific on how he wanted me to be slimed.
Okay, we recently had a slime video request that we talked about on the show too, so I'd love to hear about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be very gooey, very thick, and I had to have like my knees up to my chest, and it had to cover my whole head. Like it had to cover my knees. Like he was very specific about it covering my knees.
What was the slime exactly?
Meanwhile.
How long should it last?
Until like.
So how long would you say that is?
It depends if you're like skilled.
So it depends on if you're skilled?
Yeah, because I've not, like I can last if you know what you're doing.
Nice.
And then once time for bed.
Have you ever hooked up with a guy and it took too long?
Yeah.
How long would you say like is too long for you?
I don't know, maybe like after 10 minutes and you're still trying, I'm just like, you know what? This is going on for too long.
Okay. That's suspicious. That's weird.
Just imagine, for one horrific split second that we were married, wouldn't you want to be doing some chores to make me happy, Mark? Just because you liked me and wanted to make me happy, Mark?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
First of all, Lacey Poo. I don't know if it's possible to make you happy, but if we were married, there would be a lot of sex, and you'd be taking out the garbage. You'd be loving every minute of it.
Surprise, motherfucker. Some pies, motherfucker. All rise, motherfucker. Wrong size, motherfucker. First prize, motherfucker. Hard eyes, motherfucker. Rude eyes, motherfucker. Supplies, motherfucker. Some fries, motherfucker. Disguise, motherfucker.
I don't think it goes 3 times garbage, Mark, equals sex, and that's not what this study was about.
Lisa, I'm not purchasing sex from you with money, drinks, dinners, or household chores.
The study said that men that are out there and actually showing respect for their working wives and doing the laundry and doing the tasks and taking care of the kids makes for a happier marriage, a happier partnership, Mark.
Lisa, it's not about showing respect for the woman, it's about showing respect for the house. And again, my point is, a man doesn't purchase sex with chores. If he's not getting sex, which should come first, he shouldn't do any chore.
That's a W. Let's eat one. Let's eat one. That's a W. How many people want to eat a W tonight? How many eat a W tonight?
I got gangbanged sometime last month, and now I'm pregnant and don't know who the daddy is.
3 of them came on my face, so it's probably just between the other 2 guys, but it could possibly be all 5. I really want to find out who it is, but low-key, I'd rather it be a surprise. And it's just like Russian roulette. Each of the guy looks completely different. There was a ginger, a Korean, an Indian dude, Juan, and Lil Tay. So it's gonna be real easy to see whose it is once this little boy pops out. Huh? Honestly though, I just hope it's not Lil Tay-Tay's because we all know he's not gonna stick around.
Jesus Christ.
I can't
There's a
believe what I
reason
just
that
heard
women
you
live
say.
longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger
Yes.
and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it.
Stop it. Get some help. When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner. When a man goes into the bathroom at night, and if he sees his wife doing the skin cream ritual on the elbows, on the hands, on the face, then she puts on the flannel pajamas, he should say, you take out the garbage.
Because you know what, Mark? She's so exhausted from having to do all the work around the house before she doesn't have any time for any of that.
Oh, poor
Thank
baby.
you.
Yeah, okay, Lise gets the last word.
Bye,
You have
Marky
the first
Poo.
word, Mark. Okay.
Lisa, I can't wait for
Have
you.
a good weekend, Mark.
Bye, Felicia.
That age where I can date you or I can date your daddy. And your daddy's more experienced than you. So don't mess around with me, okay? Because I will take your place in the will.
Oh my God! If I wasn't gay, would you sleep with me?
Probably not.
Why not?
You have really pretty eyes. You do have really pretty eyes.
Thanks.
I'd sleep with you.
Thanks.
I suppose I'd sleep with you. Can I say how many shots it would take for me to sleep with you? I'd take 4 shots.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
I want to blow bubbles with your comb. I make the bubbles popping on my face.
If you guys don't know what she said, let me translate it for you. She wants to blow bubbles with your nut, and she wants it to pop in her face.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Okay, you guys are all just like really misogynistic.
How do you define misogyny? What? I'm just asking how you define misogyny.
Can I go?
Are you okay? Like, do you want to go as in leave? If you want to leave, you can leave. I was hoping we could continue having a conversation, but, I mean.
Run home and cry to mama.
Report shows that by 2030, 45% of working women ages 25 to 45 by 2030 will be non-married, no kids, single. Okay, so you might say, well, what's wrong with that? Okay, if you think that you're going to be 45 years old, no kids, not married, and that you're going to genuinely be fulfilled in life because you made money, best of luck to you, honey.
Right.
Good luck.
Girl, this girl wanna fight me. I don't know why y'all girls always wanna fight me. But I'm so scared. And Taco Bell. Why are you doing this to me? All I ordered was 2 soft tacos. I ordered 2 soft tacos. That's all I ordered. Oh my
How old are your granddaughters?
They are 6 and 8.
Would you support them to get hormone blockers to become the other gender?
I would absolutely support them to get hormone blockers. The idea of one of my granddaughters learning that they're going to start having their period if they don't get their hormones blocked, even though they're identifying and portraying as a male. How horrible that would be. So yes, definitely.
What the fuck?
If your granddaughter came to you and wanted to get a tattoo, what would you say?
That would be more difficult. I always told my 3 sons the one thing I ask is please don't get tattoos.
Really? Why tattoos?
There's just something so permanent about it.
Permanent?
It's pretty permanent. It's very difficult to get them lasered off or removed.
You don't think it's like permanent to change your gender?
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Is a puppy a life worthy of respect and value?
Yes, because it is separate from a human being.
Is a blade of grass something that's life and worthy of our respect and value?
It probably could be comparable to a fertilized egg.
Is a fish in the ocean worthy of our respect and value?
Same thing as a blade of grass.
How about a single-celled organism on Mars?
Is it life?
I'm defining it as life, as a living single-celled organism.
It's a living cell, but does it have moral weight and value?
See, now we've come back to the beginning of this very long, very important, productive conversation, that there are differences between different types of life. They're living beings, they're living organisms, but there are moral hierarchies between different types of biological organisms. I would beg to differ that a human being, in or out of the womb, is worthy of our respect and value and protection. And I find it so ironic that so many people will say a single-celled organism on Mars, or a blade of grass, or a fish in the ocean, or a puppy is worthy of our undying respect, support, and protection, but a human being isn't.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I found that my wife was sleeping around before we got married. It's an arranged marriage, and her mum and her family acted like they were the most pious and religious people possible. This week I discovered that in her iCloud files she had so many pictures of her with different men in bed in her apartment in college.
Do you have a duty to feed your child if you're a parent?
I would feed my child.
Do you have an obligation to feed your child?
Yeah, but it's not in front of other people. It's because I care for the child.
Okay, so you don't have any duties or obligations to anybody else in society? Just a sequence of entitlements?
I don't think anyone entitled to anything.
Nobody's entitled to anything?
Yes.
Except your baby to get food?
Yeah, but even there, like, it's all very subjective. Like, I would take care of the baby and feed the baby because I care for the baby.
But would you give a stigma towards people who didn't?
No.
Why?
Because it's none of my business.
So if people weren't feeding their children and they were starving because they weren't feeding them, you wouldn't want a societal stigma against that?
I'm not there to judge. There are other people that can do that.
So do you think that the
job.
world then is going to be a better place or a worse place because you refuse to judge and allow us to societal stigma towards people who won't feed their children?
This reminds me of my childhood.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
True or false? Only women get pregnant.
True.
True. True.
True.
Very true.
Absolutely true.
True or false? Only women get pregnant.
False.
False. Because there are trans people that exist, and trans men can also be pregnant as well.
False.
And what are your pronouns?
They, them.
That I would just love oversimplification.
Am I glad he's frozen in there and that we're out here and that he's the sheriff and that we're frozen out here and that we're in there and I just remembered we're out here. What I want to know is where's the caveman?
Google the richest women in the world, like where they got their money from. It's rough out there, guys. They ain't fucking starting businesses. They're marrying dummies.
It's almost all of it is divorce.
Almost all of it's divorce money. Feminists do not want to hear this. But there was one woman who was the richest woman ever from a startup company. Elizabeth Holmes. She ran a company called Theranos. She started it herself, dropped out of college to start this company, and it was a total fraud. It was all fraudulent. She's going to jail forever. She was worth $34 billion at one point. It was a blood testing company. They falsified all sorts of data, and they lied to investors and all sorts of shit. This lady, she used to dress like Steve Jobs. She wore a black turtleneck and everything. And
that right there, that's loyalty. Right there, babe, that's loyalty right there. Y'all need to make this player as that. Talk about yourself.
That's my daughter, too.
Oh, word? Oh, what? Nigga.
You are not the father.
a 10 out of 10, but he's a hard Christian man. What is he now?
A 3, I'm sorry.
No premarital sex, girl.
Oh.
That's a 2, actually. I'm sorry.
He like a 2.
I'm Catholic, but like, and like, I'm all for religion and stuff, but like, having a relationship with someone and like being like sexually active with them is so important in a relationship, and like,
Bless your heart.
it's just like not the vibe if they're like too hardcore, you know? Right?
Yeah, because it's like, what if you wait and then it's like bad and then you're like, no.
A 10 out of 10, but he's a hard Christian man. What is he now?
10 out of 10. Go to church every Sunday.
I don't know, because I dated a Catholic and he still was a virgin. It was weird. So 5 out of 10.
Okay, so he's a 5 out of 10 because you think it's weird to wait before marriage?
Yeah, no, he doesn't know how to work it. That's all I have to say.
Okay, mommy.
So he's a 10 out of 10, but he's a hard Christian man. What is he now?
Like how hard?
Like, no sex before marriage.
0.
Yeah, gotta go. Gotta go.
1. Okay, and because of the sex before marriage?
Yeah. Girls got needs.
Well, what else?
It's science.
And tell the woman that stood up for our right to work. I would.
Meanwhile, this young, successful woman is going viral because she can't find love in her life. Let's see if you can spot the problem.
Like, I genuinely just want love in my life so badly. It's literally not about anyone else. It's just about me and what I want. And being over the fact that I don't have it. I feel like I have done so much work on myself. I have built a beautiful life for myself. I'm happy with my life where I'm at, my job. I'm successful. I'm independent.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I'm healthier than I've ever been. I take such good care of myself. Truly, the only thing I'm missing in my life is someone to enjoy it with. And I'm so sick of waiting. Like, when is it going to be my turn? What more do I have to do to fix myself?
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
List of what you want.
Yeah, I'm super picky, but I'm gonna start off with the personality traits. So the first thing is, I don't like a super extroverted woman. I don't like main character syndrome. I don't want a woman who thinks it's all about her and the world revolves around her and her feelings. I'll say fairly low in neuroticism, because women are higher in neuroticism than men. I like introverted. I like feminine. I like sweet. I like low key. She has a regular little job. I don't like confrontational women. I don't like women who are really masculine or outspoken, who always are combative or have something to say, who nag, who have a problem with everything. All that's neurotic, but there are a lot more neurotic women nowadays, so I have to be much more careful, and I'm really dismissive when it comes to that. So the moment that I see that you overreact to a situation, or you get really insecure, or you cause conflict and drama over something that I don't perceive to be that deep, especially after I attempt to explain to you what occurred and you're not trying to hear me, I'm done.
I said no!
You gotta give him that hawk and spit on it.
Someday, if you ever have a son, first time you look at him, you get a feeling all at once that you'd die for him. Little thing you never saw before, and you would stone cold die for him. That feeling doesn't go away. You might forget, but it's always there. Always there.